It's 2 a.m., your eyes burn, your thumb is numb, your chest feels tight, heavy with a vague sense of dread. You know you should sleep. You know this isn't good for you. But you, just, can single quotes, scrolling? You are doomscrolling. You are participating in a modern ritual of self-torture, mainlining the world's chaos directly into your nervous system. You tell yourself you're staying informed, but this isn't information. It's a digital storm, and you're standing in the middle of it, holding a lightning rod. The most painful part? You feel completely, utterly powerless. Powerless to stop the bad things from happening. And, in the moment, powerless to even stop yourself. But what if I told you this feeling, this precise, modern form of anxiety was diagnosed and solved over 2,000 years ago? What if I told you that the key to fixing your doom-scrolling brain isn't a new app, or a digital detox, but an ancient operating system for the human mind? An operating system designed for a world just as chaotic, unpredictable, and terrifying as our own. This is the promise of Stoicism. And by the end of this video, you will not only understand why you are trapped in this loop, you will have the practical tools to break it. 1. The anatomy of the trap first. Let's be kind to ourselves. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are human, and your brain is working exactly as it was designed to. The problem is, your brain was designed in the Stone Age. It's equipped with a powerful piece of survival software called the negative bias. For our ancestors, survival meant being obsessively focused on threats. The one person who wasn't worried about the rustle in the bushes was the one who got eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. The ones who were anxious, they survived. We are their descendants. Your brain is hardwired to scan the horizon for danger. It wants to find the bad news. It believes that if it just knows enough about the threat, it can control it now. Let's introduce the villain of our story. The algorithm, the modern tech platform, be it X, TikTok, Instagram, or a news feed, is not a neutral window. It's a slot machine. The psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered the principle of intermittent reinforcement. A rat will press a lever more compulsively if the food pellet comes out at random, unpredictable intervals. This is your phone. The algorithm doesn't show you bad news. Bad news. Bad news. It shows you bad news. A video of a dog, outrageous political opinion, a friend's vacation photo, a global crisis, a meme, a stock market crash. Your brain, with its negativity bias, is desperately looking for information to make it feel safe. The algorithm, using intermittent reinforcement, keeps you pulling the lever, feeding you just enough threat and just enough relief to lock you in place. As tech ethicist Tristan Harris says, you are in a race to the bottom of the brainstem. You are not the customer of these platforms. You are the product. And more specifically, your anxiety and your attention are the products being sold. So, let's summarize the trap. You have a Stone Age brain designed to fixate on threats, and it's being professionally hijacked by $1 trillion attention, the economy that profits from your anxiety. This is why you can't stop. You are a monkey with a live grenade, and you can't figure out why you feel stressed. 2. The Stoics' operating system. This feeling of being overwhelmed by external events is not new. Imagine you are living in ancient Rome. The government is a hotbed of corruption. Emperors are assassinated. Wars are constant. Plagues sweep through the city. Your life is not your own. You could be exiled, imprisoned, or killed on the whim of a powerful man. This is the world that birthed Stoicism. The Stoics were not emotionless statues. They were soldiers, senators, slaves, and emperors, and they developed a toolkit for finding peace and resilience in a world they could not control. Their entire philosophy can be distilled into one revolutionary idea. The dichotomy of a man born a slave who became one of Rome's most revered teachers wrote this in his handbook. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power, our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, in a word, whatever is our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, in a word, whatever is not our own doing. This is the most important concept you will ever learn for your mental health. Let's apply this directly to your 2 a.m. scrolling session. What is not in your control when you are doing the war in another country, the upcoming election. The economy. The fact that someone posted an opinion that makes you furious. The algorithm that is feeding you this content. The past, what has already happened. The future, what might happen. What is in your control. Your judgment about the headline, your opinion of the person who posted. Your decision to keep scrolling or to close the app. Your choice to put the phone in another room. Your action of getting out of bed and drinking a glass of water. Your focus right now, in this present moment. Your anxiety, Epictetus would say, comes from a simple, tragic mistake. You are trying to control what you cannot. You are trying to use your mind to fix the world's chaos. Doom scrolling feels like you're doing something. It feels like being informed. But the Stoics would call it a delusion. You are not informing yourself. You are marinating in your own powerlessness. You are like a man shouting at a hurricane, furious that the wind will not obey him. The Stoic, by contrast, focuses only on securing the shutters and finding peace within the house. 3. Withholding assent. Okay, you say, I understand the dichotomy of control. But when I see a terrifying headline, I feel anxious. I can't just turn it off. This is where the second great Stoic, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, comes in. In his private journal, now known as Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, and it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." The Stoics had a precise model for this. They said there are 2 steps to an emotion. Step 1, the impression fantasia. This is the raw data. A headline flashes on your screen, global markets in panic. This is an impression, it is external, it is neutral data. Step 2, the assent sunk. This is your judgment of the data. This is where you agree with the impression and add a story. This is a catastrophe. This means my savings are gone. This is the end. I am ruined. This second step. This assent is what causes your suffering. The event doesn't hurt you. Your judgment about the event hurts you. Doomscrolling is a rapid-fire series of impressions that we automatically and critically assent to. We see 100 threats, and we add 100 judgments. Until our mind is a bonfire of anxiety, the Stoic practice is to create a space between the impression and the assent. When you see the headline, you practice withholding assent. You look at the impression, and you say to it, as Epictetus taught, you are just an impression, and not at all what you claim to be. You see the headline global markets in panic, and you tell yourself, this is a headline. It is a piece of text on a screen. The event itself is external to me. My judgment is internal. My breathing is internal. My choice to scroll is internal. I will focus on what is internal. This isn't denial. This is triage for the mind. You are sorting what is signal, what you can act on, from what is noise, what you must let go of. Point 4. The healthy alternative. Premeditatio malorum. You might still be thinking, but isn't it irresponsible to ignore these things? Doesn't my anxiety prepare me? This is the biggest lie your anxious brain tells you. Worrying is not preparation. Doomscrolling is not a plan. The Stoics had a healthy version of this. It was not doomscrolling. It was called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca, a statesman and one of Rome's wealthiest men, recommended this practice. But it's very different from scrolling. Doomscrolling is passive. You are a victim of the algorithm. Vague. You are flooded with 1,000 random, formless fears, anxiety-inducing. It makes you feel overwhelmed and powerless, endless. It has no goal and no endpoint. Premeditatio malorum is active. You are in charge. You set the time. Specific. You pick one rational fear to examine. Action-oriented. It's designed to produce a plan. Finite. You do it for a short, focused period. Here's how you turn your doom-scrolling habit into a Stoic practice. Instead of scrolling through recession news for 2 hours and feeling panicked, you sit down for 10 minutes. Without your phone, you ask, what if I lost my job? That is a possibility. You visualize it. You let yourself feel it for a moment. Then, you immediately pivot to the dichotomy of control. What is in my power? My resume. I can update it this weekend. My savings. I can skip buying coffee and save an extra $50 this week. My skills? I can spend 30 minutes tonight learning a new skill on the internet. My network. I can send a friendly non-need text to an old colleague. Do you see the difference? Doomscrolling paralyzes you with the problem. The Stoic practice empowers you with your own agency. You have turned a vague, soul-crushing anxiety into a concrete, virtuous action plan. 5. Your practical Stoic toolkit. The Stoics were not just thinkers, they were doers. They believed philosophy was something you practice every single day. So here is your 4-step practical guide to curing your doomscrolling. 1. The morning proclamation. Before you look at your phone, set your intention. Marcus Aurelius did this every morning. He would tell himself, today, I will encounter interfering, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly people, but I will not let them harm me. Your modern version. Today, when I open my phone, I will see headlines, opinions, and algorithms designed to hijack my emotions. They are external. They are impressions. I will not give them my assent. I will not allow what is outside my control to disturb the peace within me. 2. The inform versus marinate rule. The goal is not to be ignorant. The goal is to be informed, not marinated. Choose when and how you get your news. How? Use a neutral, non-algorithmic source, a newspaper, a summary podcast, a website you visit directly. When? Set a timer. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, that is it. You are there to get the facts, not to bathe in the anxiety. 3. The physical circuit breaker. When you feel yourself falling into the scroll hole, you must break the circuit. The Stoics understood that the mind and body are linked. Your phone is an external object. Your body is also an external you can use. When you feel the anxiety rising, put the phone down. Stand up, walk to the window, look at a tree, do 10 push, get a glass of water. This physical action breaks the spell. It creates the space between the impression, the scroll, and the assent, the anxiety, allowing your rational mind to come back online. 4. The evening review. At the end of the day, Seneca would review his actions, not for guilt, but for improvement. Ask yourself 3 questions. When did I fall into the scroll today? What impression did I assent to? When did I successfully resist? How did it feel? How can I do better tomorrow? This is not about being perfect, it is about training. You are training your mind, day by day, to build what Marcus Aurelius called your inner citadel. The world will always be chaotic, the algorithm will always be hungry, and the news will always be filled with things outside of your control. You cannot control the storm, you never could, but you can control the ship. You can control your judgments, you can control your actions, you can control your attention. Doomscrolling is a modern form of slavery, where you willingly hand your mind over to an algorithm. Stoicism is the path to freedom. The scroll is infinite. Your time, your attention, and your life are not. Choose wisely.